Howdy folks, and welcome to this playthrough of PlanetBase. My name is Sonelias, and we're loading the last saved game, which we called Save 2, which basically got a date on there and everything as well. Perfect. So we're loading that, basically leaving or taking us back to the last position of our base. And in that last position of the base, we had just built an extra energy collector. We have still got a disabled control center here. We got 2 metal processors in play. We got 1 bioplastic processor. In terms of food position, we're relatively okay. We are growing in terms of bioplastic still. Really, I'm getting into a position where really my storage is getting to be a little bit of an issue. So I'll be expanding my storage facilities shortly. So next thing for me to build here would be a storage facility. I'm just wondering, do I build a slightly larger one or the same size? I might just as well build a slightly larger one. Do you want to build it over here? Yeah, I guess I can as well. Or do I want to build it here? Alright, building it here might be useful. Increasing the game speed. Just to let the game catch up on all the things we're doing here. Now one of the things we want to do as well is keep an eye on the actual water utilization. Now we are relatively close in terms of utilization. So we're generating 4.3. We're using 3.25. We just gained an extra colonist, so we're at 19 people now. Key resource we're short of really is metals. So again, important to make sure our mine is actually being used. Still running a positive amount of power, which is good. I think in terms of food production, I might actually want to scale that up a little bit. Let's get an extra pea and an extra tomatoes in play. Now that does also create a situation where I need to get some extra water production in place. So water production is the water extractor here. Do I want to build a slightly larger one? Probably. And I probably want to prioritize that over building the extra storage. There's a slight pass through here. Can I actually still utilize that? I should be able to. We'll see in a minute. Further colonists, so we're at 20 now. So 31 food is good. Starch 5, metals 5. 1 more metal and we should be able to build the water extractor. Trading ship. Alright, what kind of commission will these guys charge? 40%. Sweet. So what have I got a surplus of? I can actually get rid of some of my food, I reckon. Let's get rid of 10 of those. I can also get rid of some of the medical plants because I'm not using them yet. What do I want to trade that for? A carrier bot? I could do. I just need a little bit more to be given to them. So a little bit of money from them. It's a little bit too much. Will that do? Probably. It's a relatively good trade, I'd say. Gives us a bit of extra storage facility here. Plus we get an extra carrier bot to help us basically carry stuff from place A to place B. maybe not the best place to put it. Let me just put it over on this side. Alright, let me prioritize it again. Reason being, I probably want to build myself a second mine over here. Still waiting for some resources, which is fine. I can build myself an extra couple of beds over here. Thing to bear in mind with the beds is try to put them as close to each other as you can, which then means you can actually have more beds in the same amount of space. I should have enough in terms of bioplastics for that. Looks like I might have to actually build myself an extra food machine, extra watering point, and also an extra table to be able to accommodate my population level of 20. You're thirsty? Yes, okay. There's only a single watering point at the moment, which is okay. Water facilities upgraded, so we have enough capacity now to be able to cover our needs for a little while longer. And we're short of one metal here to be able to build that one. Oops, there we go. The final metal being deposited, and now we just need to get our engineer or whoever in to be able to build the actual building itself. Energy production is a little bit on the low side again. Not a big problem. Perfect. So I want to build myself, I guess, maybe a larger wind turbine here. What I always try to do is try to basically take it along the edges of the valley if you can. Gives you the center really to basically build out your base. More colonists, we stand at 23. Now do remember that we got a limit at the moment of 30. Oxygen generation only supports a maximum of 30 people at present. You get more people, you basically get oxygen deprivation and so forth. What does this game remind me of? Well, it's still a strategy game. It's also a simulation game. There's multiple aspects to this game, really. And to balance this all out, build an extra bioplastics processor. Extra connection built here. Just makes the transport of goods from that to here or vice versa significantly quicker. If I look at my items here, as you can see I'm down to 7 spares at the moment, so one of the next things I want to build is probably a factory. Trade ship has just landed. What do I want to trade with these guys? I don't have really that much I want to trade with them. 45% commission is relatively okay. Value of these is, yeah, okay, 21 for spares. Let's get 2 spares from them. They will need to pay me a little bit extra. That should do it. Spares for the moment. I need to trade for them until I can actually produce my own. Okay. Building up our reserves again. relatively low on food now. Partly because, of course, I've traded for it. Partly because I just haven't kept up my own production levels here. I could potentially build another connection here. I could build another connection there. Don't want to build too many of those connections for the moment, but yeah, I'll bear that in mind. Four people now. Perfect. Just the connection I need. If you look at the actual size of these connections, these are all medium connections. That is a medium. That's a small one. Notice that always towards the airlocks as well as to the medical base, when it's a small one, there will always be a small connection. When you're dealing with medium buildings or large, there will typically be a medium connection or even a large connection, depends all on the size of the building you're building. So this being large, any connections to here that connect to a large building should in theory be also large. I'm going to build a second mine, which I'm going to build here. Being so close to each other should make that relatively easy. Another trade ship, which I'm not going to utilize at this point. Just low on certain of my resources. And I guess I need to build an extra tomato there as well. To get my food production up to a sustainable level. One of the next buildings I want to build here is a factory. It doesn't necessarily need to be large, just a sustainable size. Spares in this facility here. Game speed at the max. Now, do I have enough resources for it? No, I'm short of at least 2 metals. Ooh, actually, I do have enough. Look at that. Manufacturing, we're going to be focusing on the spares. Right, one of the next buildings we probably want to build is, I guess, an oxygen generator. I will have to wait a little bit to make sure I get my levels of resources up to the correct level. Just going to prioritize this as well, so at least we get a engineer to operate the spare workshop. One extra connection there. I could of course have connected it to this one, but that kind of leaves some of these connections here without external connections. And why is that important? If a meteorite falls onto one of the connecting tunnels, that's disabled and you won't be able to repair it then. Trading ship has landed. High commission. Don't want that, so send them off. As you can see now, at the moment, we were repairing this wind turbine here. Again, it being night and there being so little wind, you straight away see how useful it is to actually have these power collections, or collectors, I should say. What's our food position like? We're in a positive position here. I can start building my next oxygen generator here, I guess. Medium-sized connection. I'm kind of hoping I can actually push through this little gap here between these hills. There we go, oxygen generator built. Next one I want to go for here is another solar panel. No, not necessarily the same size. I'm going to build a larger one. Still trying to follow that same route as I did before, along the edges there of the valley. I might want to build more over here, but I want to basically keep space for my base itself here in the center. Question here, have I got enough in terms of that canteen? Sandstorm, make sure we got yellow alarm up. Get everybody inside. Looks like I got sufficient spares for the moment, 12. Yeah, I'll build an extra processing facility in a minute. One of the things I also want to build here is a medical lab. I think I'm going to build that over here. I think. Alright. No more sandstorm. That's over. I'm going to build that medical lab now. I'm going to build a relatively small one here. Now, do I need to connect it to the oxygen? Probably not. Of course it does need oxygen, but I don't need to have that connection that basically the system showed as an option. Alright. What can we do in the medical lab? Well, in the medical lab we can actually start building more medkits. So at the moment we're down to 4 medkits. We do have some medical plants at our disposal. Have I got space for additional medical plants? It doesn't look like it. Not a problem. I can actually get them in the next biodome. I'm going to build here a medical lab table. Let's build 2 of them. And I also want to build myself that new medical, or sorry, the biodome I should say. The biggest possible size. Yeah. Should do the trick. We'll generate a bit of traffic through here. Which is exactly what we're looking for. I also want to build another processing plant here. I do want to prioritize this one over the next one. $35 people now. Ooh. Population is growing. Good. From there I will want to build myself an extra airlock. Just to be able to get people out of here if need be. And I also want to be able to get a new canteen here, I guess. %, oxygen, 21% oxygen, 22, 21. Biodome. Okay. Temporarily going to disable this building here. Can do without that for just a minute. At the moment I got enough spares to go around. Trading ship has landed here. They got nothing I need at the moment, I think. Actually, do I want to get rid of most of my food? Maybe. Yeah, let's get rid of them. More than sufficient capacity at the present. Has the extra solar panel been built already? Nope, it doesn't look like it. So add it to the priority list of items to build. Now in here I want to build myself an extra metal processor. 2 of them actually. Plus an extra bio metal processor. 39 people. Population keeps on growing. Want to be able to handle all of that ore. That's why I basically put more ore processing in there, metal processors. Water production is still in a good position. Now we do have some extra bits of interface, so we can actually look at the grid where we can actually see exactly how much power we are consuming versus producing. You can also see our storage, same for the water. Now as you can actually see, there's no water storage at present. One of the things I want to rectify shortly as well, I guess. Build a water storage facility. Water tank. I want to go for the slightly bigger one straight away. Probably not in that position. Let's recycle that. Let's do that closer to here. Water. Alright. Droid's being repaired. Construction bot. Again, one of the things we want to add to the list shortly. Ooh, we want to get some guards. It says guards are responsible for maintaining security in the colony. They can fight intruders. They can operate security panels to detect intruders before they can do much damage. So that's where this building comes in. So let's enable that building. Let's get in here a security station. Maybe I also want to get an armory. Build that just around the corner there. Now I do want to basically change something in terms of the landing permissions. Then we need to get a guard in there. So that's reduce the number of workers. Is that the correct path to take? I think we're going to reduce the number of medics. Alright. So current biologists. Yeah, medics should do. So that means that the next time we basically get colonists in, it will most likely be security guards. Trading ship has come in. We're letting it go as it stands. Security panel has been built here and will be manned. One of the next buildings is of course that biodome that we are building here. People at this point. Now, where do I actually see the composition of the people or population? The only place I'm able to see that is in the landing permissions at the moment. So we got one guard in here at the moment, and he is now manning this security console. Operated by guard, being operated by Penny Powers. Good. So we are almost there for the purpose of building the biodome. Biodome's been built. And we run out of medical supplies, really. Yeah, I guess that's just one of the things we need to focus in on a bit more. Is we need to prioritize this building here as well, where of course we need to process the medical plants combined with the bioplastics into proper medicine. 42 people. So what do we want to get? Well, one of the things we want to get here is a little bit more medical plants. We want to get more food production in here as well. We also want to get slightly more starch production. Let's get some onions in there as well. Okay. That'll keep our biologists busy as well. Not just in one place, but in the two places there. Slightly faster connection between those two will always be helpful. Now they're actually complaining about the lack of entertainment. Lack of sleeping facilities is also one of the issues here, particularly with a growing population. We need to make sure we got enough beds to basically keep everybody asleep when they need their sleep. So building 2 additional beds in there. They're not complaining about hunger yet, which is good. But the fact that they're complaining about lack of exercise could be an indicator for me that I need to build a exercise facility here. Trading ship has landed. I don't want any of their goods at present. Maybe I can get rid of some of the food. If I got slight surplus. 35% commission. That's great. I can get 1 gun. I can get rid of 2. Money. Yep. That will do. Trade that. 1 gun basically means that the guards that I got will become more effective in case there's intruders. bioplastics. Alright, so I need to basically build slightly more teapods or something along those lines. Yes, I know we ran out of those, which is okay. Gun should go into the gun cabinet. So our base is slowly growing up. Yes, I know we ran out of medical supplies, which is one of the things we should be rectifying in this building here. I think one of the things we really need is starch for that. Now we do have starch, I just don't have enough. Gonna enable this building again. Looks like we've got more than sufficient metals at the moment. So again, one of the buildings I can build here is, for example, some extra energy production, which I'll do in the form of a windmill. Ran out of medical supplies? Yes, okay. Well, I got enough medical plants. And those will be useful. To, of course, build our next batch of medical supplies. 46, which means we've got still a capacity of 14 extra people. Now I do need to basically cater for them to be able to get food and so forth, so I will need to build myself a food production facility here. Perfect. Building that one as well. Yes, we ran out of medical supplies. Yes. So we haven't got the bioplastics we need to be able to rectify that at the moment. How's our bioplastic production on this side? Similarly to what we got on the other side, we haven't got enough at the moment. We want to look at increasing our water production as well. Oh boy, there's so much to do here still. Water production I can do on this side as well, I guess. Alright, water production facility. Energy storage is one of the things I want to look at as well. Forty-seven people at present. They're still not happy. So how do I make them happy? Well, at the moment, happiness comes from TVs. Maybe plants? Maybe. Let's wait that out. 48 people. We got still a surplus in terms of metals, which is good. 7 free. Or unutilized, I should really say. Trading ship has just landed. What can we trade with them? I'm not going to trade anything, I'm just going to dismiss them for the moment. Canteen is here. Okay. Let's recycle those for the moment being. Again, looking at the clock, I think it's more than due for us to basically call it a day. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.